Right, welcome ladies and gents. Saw this headline, the wokest game ever, and I thought, this is worth talking about, isn't it? This is fun. I'll leave these two articles linked down below. I don't even know anything about this. Dustborn. Apparently it's really woke. But it has, hilariously, essentially got most of mainstream media trying to convince gamers to buy it. So that's hilarious. So that's the sign of a game which can stand on its own merit and is actually good, isn't it? Not. Anyway. Are you aware of this? Let me know down below. Shall we take a look? Yes, we shall. So, Red Thread's games, recently released game Dustborn, which has been described as, quote, the wokest game ever. And it's not even hit it's not even hit 100 concurrent players on its release date. What is this? What awful animation is this as well? My God, that's bad. So back in July, following the release of the game's trailer, a representative for the game conducted an interview with PSU and confirmed the entire game spawned out of protest against Donald Trump being elected in 2016. Ah, yes. Sounds like a great thought for a game. What a great inception point for a game. Love it. Oh, it's painful, isn't it? Why did you spend money on this? So the representative was asked, what were some of the inspirations during the early days of making the game? For us, it always begins with the characters and the world, followed by the narrative. I shouldn't give him a cool voice, should I? We generally have an idea of genre, setting, mood and tone, who the protagonists are, and then we build the game around that. Art direction, game mechanics, engines, specific features, and all that follows the world. The story, and most importantly, the characters. That's very different to how some studios operate, but Red Thread is first and foremost a storytelling studio. We tell stories, apparently about the real world, using game mechanics and interactivity, and we try to do something fresh and different with every game we develop. Still, we wanted Dustborn to be an evolution of the work we did with Dreamfall Chapters, a third-person adventure with a strong cast and diverse characters, that's really important, in a vibrant, deep and original world, with some adventure mechanics and lots of branching dialogues and stories. This just looks like... I don't even know what this looks like. Like a weird, bougie, hippie nightmare. Ugh. But this time, we also wanted to include combat action, with a narrative twist that stays true to our storytelling heritage. And there's also a bunch of features connected. What did they include? Like the BLM riots or something in this? Was that the combat action? Connected to the idea of weaponized words and how words have the power to change the world. Oh, fuck me. Wow. Apparently it was inspired by Donald Trump. The idea behind Dustborn's setting and characters was also influenced by a series of political events that deeply affected us all, beginning in the summer of 2016 and continuing until, well, today. That's right, ladies and gents. These people had a literal toy out of pram moment, decided to make a game about it. Smartest way to spend other people's money. As game developers, we wanted to tell a story that felt relevant. Relevant from bloody... like 8 years ago. What are you doing, you plum? My God. With a cast of characters that could more accurately represent our player base, what woketards, and the setting, and to hopefully have some positive impact on the world, in addition to being an entertaining game. Entertaining to laugh at. So, what's the game about? It's about a lot of things, but it's mostly about keeping hope alive in the face of adversity, maintaining friendships in spite of conflicts, and about the awesome and terrifying power of words. It's also a story about being different, being an outsider, and being on the run from people who hate what you are. And robots. Let's not forget the robots. It's also about robots. Is it though? Or is it about Donald Trump? My God. Seriously. So that's what they've got, a 72. I mean, that's wow, that's bad, isn't it? That's real bad. And compared to their other games, again, still bad. But you know, 70, 75, 70, 72 all-time peak, 1,711 all-time peak. I mean, that's bad, isn't it? Hey, but hey, what's this? Let's have a watch. Let's have a look, see here, shall we? So, Games Radar is trying to get people to play it. Dustborn is first and foremost a visual novel of sorts where you play as Pax. Who the fuck came up with these names? Who teams up with a group of friends and strangers to deliver a valuable package across the Republic of America to a resistance movement in Canada while pretending to be a touring punk band called The Dustborn. All of this is to hopefully be free of the oppression and danger of a fascist, broken America. That apparently only matters which side of the aisle you sit on. Interesting. Combined with its oddly sustained length, the sheer amount of topics and issues it wants to address, and its growing cast of colourful LGBTQ+ characters, it almost lives up to its promises as an epic political road trip saga about people with superpowers. It sounds fucking lame. So Forbes chimed in, Dustborn is among the most unrepentantly liberal and left-leaning games out there. If you have an open mind and you're willing to give it time to grow, Dustborn is a fun trip, even if it occasionally feels like it's trying to be a bit too edgy for its own good, especially for the type of people who will immediately click with its socio-political outlook. Of course, I know them, they're me. The road trip story begins with a group of 4 30-year-olds. That's right, just infantilizing 30-year-olds now. There are effectively children these days, so yeah. Making their escape after a heist. The mission is to make it across an alternate reality version of the US to eventually deliver their stolen package in Nova Scotia, Canada. Your biggest obstacle is avoiding surveillance from Justice, a fascist regime that's particularly interested in persecuting anomals. These are people who can speak certain words to invoke special powers. What is it? Microaggression. Ba 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 ba. Woke. Ba 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 ba. Race card. Ba 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 ba. You racist bigot. I mean, this is literally. This is a left. This is like a left-leaning wet dream, isn't it? We can speak words and they've got such superpowers behind them. You bigot. Ba 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 ba. You slap me around with those words. Oh, fuck this noise. Wow. These are people who can speak certain words to invoke special powers after a mysterious event that took place decades ago. As much as Dustborn leans into its science fiction setting, its story is told from a viewpoint that has a clear parallels to reality. There are nods to jokes like "My husband and I saw you from across the bar," as well as mentions of woke mind virus speeches and how blatantly stupid they are. In a game informed by decisions, the most gratifying choices didn't involve a right answer. They were about getting a different perspective. This is so incredibly lame. It's bumped up a little bit, 83. Wow. Wow. I mean, it is literally DEI the game, as Brutus Rambo said. Virtue signaling, forced diversity, self-insertions, political nonsense. Can't wait to not play it. Again, you cater to the minority. You build an entire game around the minority, or a movie, or a series. Expect the minority to buy it and the minority to play it. Let me know what you think down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.